How's it going, guys? Hope you're all doing well. I'm Hwang, and in today's video, we're going to do part 3 of how to create a logo, rendering and presentation. So let's get into it. So what I did was I drew out each of these lawnmowers, and after I drew them out, so I drew these and then I vectorized it, so just save a little bit of time for you to see. So I took this one and I just redrew it, and then I took this one, same thing, redrew that. So I have 3 lawnmowers, and I think these are all pretty awesome, and I think these would make just a perfect logo icon. So right now what I want to do is I want to go into some typefaces, and I think one of the best ones I can use right now, so it's Upland, lawnmower, and I think the font that I really want to use is Futura Bold. I think this is the perfect look and feel for this logo. And let me see, maybe I'll go even Futura Extra Bold. Let me see if extra bold versus bold. That's a kind of a tough one. They both look really good. Let's just see where we end up. So the first idea I had was, let's say we're gonna take this icon right here, right? So what I like to do is I always like to save one icon so I don't mess something up and then I can't go back to it. So to do this, all you have to do is hold Shift Command, Option Shift Command, and then you can, so watch. So you click it and hold Command, Option Shift Command, and then you can slide it and you can copy it. So click this and then hold Shift, Option, Command, and then move it over and you can copy it. So that's a nice little trick, but I always like to make one copy over here. And then what I want to use, before I even start, okay, so what I want to do is I want to work on the spacing. So this is a little bit high. So what I want to do is I want to decrease the space so it feels a little bit nicer. Yeah, that feels better. And then what I want to do is I want to go in between the text, and there are some kerning issues. Kerning is just the spacing between the letters. So if you look at the word lawnmower, see how the space on the M and the O and the W is a lot greater than these other spaces. So what you can do is you can click on Option and then just use your arrow key and go left or right. So if you go left, it moves the text to the left. If you go right, it moves it to the right. So I just want to decrease the space just a little bit so it looks like it fits well. Maybe the W too a little bit. Yeah, that looks right. And you can kind of just play around with what you think looks good, and I think it's a lot nicer than having those spaces. So now what I want to do is I want to figure out a good spot for this lawnmower, but I don't want it to overpower the text, so I probably want to shrink it down a little bit. Actually, doesn't look too bad. And then I want to align this maybe right at that mark. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then what I wanted to use is I wanted to use like a green color. So I have this Pantone swatch book, and I really like Pantone 354 green, sea green, and also like 357 sea green. It's like a dark green. So what I can do is, so I already opened up. So if you go up here, I have the solid, Pantone solid coated. And then what you can do is, so if you go to this swatches, right? And you click on this little, it's called a hamburger. And you go down and then click on open swatch library and then go to color books. And then if you come all the way down, you'll see Pantone solid coated. So you click on that and then this will come out. So all you have to do is type in the color that you want. So I like 354 green. So 354 green is already noted right there. So if you click this, this turns 354 green. And what I thought would look nice is if the word lawnmower was 357. So if I type in 357 and I hit that, I get this dark and light green. That looks kind of nice actually with the black. Let me see if I can do something. Maybe if I have the same dark color, or maybe if I have the same light color. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the green? I actually like this black. Makes this little icon stand out a lot more. But it probably would make sense to make this green the same color as the actual lawnmower, right? So in graphic design, you want things to relate, right? So if this color that says lawnmower and you actually have the color of the lawnmower, I think that kind of makes it stand out much better. So yeah, I kind of like this one. The black makes it stand out pretty good too. So all I'm doing right now is just creating ideas. And once I have a few strong ideas, then what I can do is I can go into the presentation mode. So I just want to work with this first icon because I think once we get all of the sizing and the placement down, I think we can just go right into the next two other icons. So I'm gonna move this over. And what I thought would be nice is if I increase this, I was thinking like maybe 40. And then I want the word lawnmower really small. Maybe like 16. And then if I increase kerning, maybe 500, maybe less. So if you want to increase or decrease the kerning really quickly by tens, you just hold shift and go up or down. So I'm just going down so that I can decrease it. And then what I want to do is just want to get pretty close. Let's see. And then, you know, if I like the spacing, I can just go a little bit more. Let's see. I think that's kind of where I want it. Yeah. So bring this down and always hold shift if you want to hold it. If you want your object to come straight down. If you don't do that, then you can move it. But if you hold shift, it's always just going to go straight down or to the left or right. So, and then what I like to do is I like to go about halfway down. It's about half. Yeah, I like that. That looks pretty nice. So I want to copy this. If you want to just copy, just hold click, and then hit option, and then it'll make a copy of it. So I think something like up here would look nice. No, actually that looks pretty good. I really like that. Or what if I change that to black? Let's see what I can come up with. I actually like the black. Yeah, I like that. But do I like the way this one looks? I'm not really sold on that green. I think this is stronger. But I like that too. I just like how the black makes the lawnmower icon stand out so much. I like the contrast of it. So, oh, you know what? I also had this idea. So what I think we could do is probably do it with both of these. So I'll just move this over. I'm just going to decrease the size of this because I don't want it to be too large. So you know how a lawnmower cuts the grass? So if I represented this text as the grass, I'm going to make this into white. And if I put this maybe right at the line where it would be cutting, if this was the grass and it's actually cutting, maybe I can go a little bit higher. Maybe that's a little bit lower. So it kind of gives you the idea that the lawnmower is cutting the grass, and then the word upland can represent grass, which I think that looks pretty cool. If I could push this over a little bit. Man, I like that. I like that idea. Man, that looks pretty good. Maybe I can move it over slightly. Since that's coming down, I'll go down a little bit. That doesn't look too bad. If I took the same idea and did it for this one, I think that would look kind of good too. So let me move these over. So maybe in the actual lawnmower. What if I do it here? What if I shrink this a little bit? And then use white. Bring this over. I wonder if having a little bit of that bottom of the black looks better. It actually does look better. That looks much better. Man, I like that. That looks good. Maybe this is a little bit large for this size. Shrink it down just a little bit. That doesn't look too bad. Also do something like this. Bring this over. That doesn't look too bad. Does it look weird that it's going away from the words? Maybe I can flip this. Look better that it's going towards it. Actually, this spacing looks better, but then this actually might look better here, this way. I like this spacing. But maybe this one. This one seems to flow a little bit better, because I think this part maybe sticks out too much. I think this might be better. If I bring this down, spacing is a little bit nicer. Feels better that way. Maybe I can present both of these. That looks pretty good. I like this one too. So right now all we're doing is we're just exploring, and we want to pick, you know, the best 2 or 3 designs, and then use the designs to actually present. So let's see, out of these 2 ideas, this is pretty simple, straightforward, but out of these 2 ideas, which one makes more sense? Does this make more sense? Does this one make more sense? This one probably makes more sense, because we're talking about lawnmowers, and this long piece of lawnmower text feels like long pieces of, you know, good grass that's growing, and this is just cutting it. Maybe this one is not as strong, because you don't want to cut upland. So this one is a good idea. Man, looking at this one, I don't know, looking at these, they both look really good. This is the tough part, where you like both, but you try to figure out which one stands out more. I guess this one would stand out more because of the nice contrast between this black and then the greens. But what if I made this black? But then I lose that nice subtle green. I think this is the one. So I'm gonna go with this one. And then do I go with facing left or facing right? Man, this is a tough one. So I think I'm gonna go with this guy. I think my initial idea is stronger. I like this one. I like that. I don't want something boring. I kind of like this too. It's very simple. So I think I'll present those 2 and this one. But maybe I can come up with some other idea of where this guy could be. What if I shrunk this to the height of closer to that height? Would that be too much of a... Yeah, now it looks really small. Maybe if I increase it, is that too much? What if I decrease it just a little bit? That doesn't look bad. It's not like standing out like crazy to me. Feels like it's not a good spot. I don't want to put it here. That's just kind of boring. I don't want to put it here. I mean, I guess I could put it, I wonder if I could put it on top and have it above this part. That might look a little different, but I don't know. This one is this is kind of tough. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that one. But I really like how the contrast is there. Maybe it's all just about having a simple icon at the top. Maybe it is just this. Let me just try one more idea and then we'll make a choice. So what if I did upland lawnmower and I just click this guy. Too much spacing around. Does that look weird? Oops. If I did something like that, put that there. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look... I think I'm just trying to pull something out of this. I think these are the strongest ideas. So I think I'm gonna go with these three. I like that one. That one's pretty sweet. This is pretty standard. That's a pretty standard one too. So now, what about if I incorporate one of these and one of these, just to get a different vibe. So I'm just gonna copy this over to this one, to my different artboard, and let me see. If I use this guy. I like that one. The wheels fit a lot nicer on that one. Maybe this is a little bit too small. like that. Let's see. I like this. If you want to make this visually centered, you got to bring it to the right a little bit. So it feels like it's visually centered. That looks pretty nice. Let me do one more set over here. And let me use this one. This guy over here. Yeah, I like this one this other way. Shrink this a little bit. Okay, I don't like this one. That's not good. Out of these, which one stands out the most? I'm gonna get rid of this one. I really like both of these versions. I think this is pretty nice. So out of these three, which one stands out the most? I like this one. I guess this one too. And this guy looks good. I guess these are the strongest three ideas. But it would make more sense for this one to be the same direction. That makes more sense to me. I think this one is the strongest idea. So I should be presenting these three. So this is what I should be presenting. These three. I feel like this spacing is a little bit too much. So if I increase the size of upland, let me see. I increase that, but does that make sense? Now I feel like this one is off. Fits nicer. I think that's nicer. Let's try that with this guy here. Let me just make sure this is good. I think I could even go a little bit larger. This to cut all that off, and then I move this forward so it sits closer to that spot. So what I could do is, let's see. Yeah, I like that. That looks pretty cool. Can even cut a little bit more off of this. Yeah, I like that. Now I'm just gonna use this. Create another version with this one. This one is a little bit low also. Okay, so now I feel like I have some good contenders that I can submit. So now what I want to do is I want to create a nice presentation. So what I'm going to do is, let me delete all this. And I can get rid of this page. Okay. So I'm going to group these. Okay, so now I gotta do option 1A, and that is way too large. So we should use like Avenir. Let's use Avenir. light so it doesn't combat it too much. One A, 1B, 1C. And then this would be 2A, 2B, 2C. All right. So now I'm going to save these as PDFs. Version 1 PDF. And I'm going to send them as smallest file size, save PDF. Okay, so now I have the logos. Normally I would just send each individual page, but I think I'm just going to send it this way so that they can decide which one that they like. So from here, now we're going to go into the actual presentation. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make the presentation. So I have a few mock-ups that I like to use, and I'm going to use those mock-ups to show what it would look like if I had this logo actually printed on something. So I like this one right here. So all you have to do is, download. This was a free mockup, but you can just Google, free mockup.psd, and you can find all kinds of nice mockups like this. So you just click that, and you delete this guy. All right. So I just want to make it pretty big. Then I'm going to delete these two. And then just click save. And what it does is it actually puts the logo on this fake paper, right? So that could be one. And then on this sign, I'd like to try this one. I'd like to make it pretty big. Now it looks like a sign in front of the building, and then maybe a t-shirt with this one. So design here. Just do this, save, and then we're just gonna size it. Usually I like to put it like on the front. There. So it gives them an idea what it could look like, right? So this one, this file is huge. So this one is option 1C. So if I save this as t-shirt mock-up. Let me do option 1C. And then on this one, this is option 1B. This is a little high. So save this as option 1B. And then this guy, save this as option 1A. Save this as option 1A. And then we just do the same thing for these guys. So 2A, that's this one. This about the same size. All right, save this guy, So now I have this one. This can be option 2A. This one is option 2B. This is option 2B. And then finally, the t-shirt. This is option 2C. And that's it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to submit this PDF with the 6 options, and I'm going to send them all of these mock-ups so that they can kind of see what the logo would look like on a sign, on business cards, and some t-shirts. So this will help give them a clear idea of which logo option is stronger, and then I think that will help them choose which one they're going to go with. So hopefully they won't have any edits, but if they do, then the last part is, you know, make a final edits, changes, little tweaks, and then yeah, I finalize all the logos and I send everything off, and then I'm good to go. So that's it. And yeah, let me do one more thing and we'll finish this off. Just have to email this now. And then, yeah, from then on, it's just waiting until I hear back from them. Well, I hope I was able to give you a glimpse of what goes into rendering and making a presentation to your clients. After you completed the logo, I think the most important part is the presentation. When you present your logo ideas in the context of, let's say, the logo on a business card or on a vehicle, I think it really helps the client to figure out which design options are the strongest. So next time you actually think about what you want to present to them, think about the context of how you can present it so that when they make their decision, they will make a very informed decision on which logo design is the strongest. So I hope you guys have an awesome week, and until next time, remember to let your light shine.